Hey y'all, welcome and or welcome back to my channel. My name is Janae, if you do not know, and today I will not be talking about true crime while I sip wine because I'm trying to start a new series on my channel and it is going to be called Missing Mondays. If you could tell by the title of the series, it's basically about missing people, people who have not been found yet, people whose families are still in search of their loved ones. And I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, the majority of these people will be black and brown people. Not all of them, not every single one, but the majority of them will be black and brown people because in light of everything that's going on, it made me realize that as small as my platform is, I do have a platform. And even if I can touch one person, or if one person who watches my video knows anything, that is a huge help to these families. So I really do want to start using this platform to highlight people who go missing, and you may only hear it on your regular local news station, or you might get a little 45-second CNN clip or something like that. But I really do just want to highlight these individuals because these people's families, they're still looking for them. These people's families are still hurting. These people do have families. So I just want to do my part, really. And I'm not just going to be covering current cases. I'm going to try to include an array of things. I'm trying to include, new cases, old cases, cold cases, all of those things. So yeah, y'all gonna be seeing stuff from like 2021 all the way on down the line. So with that being said, welcome to Missing Mondays, and we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So today's missing person that I want to talk about is Daniel Robinson. Daniel Robinson is a 24-year-old geologist who works out of Buckeye, Arizona. He was last seen on June 23rd, 2021, heading west towards the desert, leaving his work site. Prior to his disappearance, Daniel was working with one other coworker. They were examining a well, doing what geologists do. Part of my ignorance, I'm not 100% sure what their job titles are, but they were examining a well. And this particular coworker said that Daniel was saying some strange things. He was like acting kind of funny prior to him leaving work early. The coworker said that Daniel expressed to him that he needed to get away and that he needed to just go away to get some rest. So, as I stated, he left work early and he headed west towards the desert, and that was the last time he was seen. It was later on that day when the coworker realized that Daniel hadn't returned to work, so I guess he was concerned and he contacted Daniel's sister, who also lives in Arizona with him, and told her that Daniel wasn't at work. And his sister hadn't heard from him, so she kind of thought this was strange and she called their dad. Now, their dad says that Daniel, he contacts his family. He will go no more than 6 hours without talking to any particular person in his family. They're very close. Him and his dad, he said, have two hour long conversations pretty much every single day. Daniel is the type of person who he gonna go, but he gonna let you know where he going. So although he liked to travel and he would go at the drop of a dime, anybody or somebody in his family will always know where he was going and when. And it was also just unusual for him to leave work. It was just weird. Once his sister contacted their dad, his dad immediately called the police because, like I said, this is just not like Daniel to up and disappear and then not be talking to nobody. So his dad called the police, but his dad I think he was in South Carolina at the time. So he got the South Carolina police and he was told he had to talk to the police in Buckeye, Arizona, which is where his son was. His dad said that he contacted the police and they made him wait 12 hours to file a missing persons report because, again, Daniel is 24 years old and he's allowed to go missing if he wants to, which that's a whole nother story because I personally believe that a family knows a missing person more than anybody else. So if they're telling you that it's strange that this person hasn't gotten in contact with people or that he's not at work, I don't care how long it's been, y'all should look into that. But that's just my opinion. Now, as soon as David, who is Daniel's dad, realized that he was missing, he was on the road. He was trekking his way from South Carolina to Arizona to find his son. He said that once he got there, he got in contact with the police. I believe he might have gotten in contact with the police prior to that after the 12 hours, but he said that it took 3 days for the police to conduct a search of the area. When the police did conduct this search, they searched for 2 hours and they found absolutely nothing. And that was pretty much it. They They searched for 2 hours. They found nothing, and they kept it moving. Daniel's dad, he said he's not waiting on no police. He's not waiting on none of that foolishness. He's actively searching for his son constantly. Like I said, he left his home. He left everything behind to come and find his son in Arizona. And it seemed like he said that he was doing way more than the police were doing to find his son. And quite frankly, it was really just frustrating. He said, like I said, he wasn't waiting on the police, though. He wasn't going to wait for them to find his son. He's going to find his son himself. Since David felt like the police weren't doing enough, he felt like he needed to take measures into his own hands. He hired a private investigator, and they got on the case right away. But it would be almost another month before anything came to fruition for the Robinson family. This is when, on July 19th, 2021, a rancher would find Daniel's Jeep Renegade. It was in the desert, if I'm not mistaken, but it was turned over to his side, and something looked off to the rancher. He called the police, and when they got there, they found Daniel's clothes. They found his work vest, all his safety gear, all the things that he was wearing, pretty much, like 2 or 3 feet away from the car. Inside of his Jeep, they would find his car keys, they would find his wallet, and his phone. Now, I don't know about y'all, but all of that sounds very suspicious to me. Just really suspicious. The police say that they don't have any reason to believe that foul play was involved, or they don't believe that it's a suspicious disappearance. But I mean, if somebody's going to commit the S word, I'll just say it like that, would they take their clothes off? I don't think so. Would they take their clothes off and go run? Like, I don't know, make it make sense for me, but neither here nor there. So the private investigator will also go and investigate the wreckage, and he automatically knew something was off. He said that things just didn't seem right from the beginning because, first of all of the things that were found. Second of all, when the Jeep was found, it had red paint. It had red paint on the side, on the driver's side door, like where it was dented in. And in that area, there is nothing. Okay, not no red building, not no fire hydrant, there's nothing in the area that could have caused that red paint. Not only that, but after the airbags deployed after the wreck, the ignition was turned over at least 46 times and driven another 11 miles after the wreckage. Like, so somebody wrecked the car, tried to, keep cranking it up, and then was able to crank it up and then drove it another 11 miles, which is where they believe it was dumped or left. So that's pretty much all the information that there is out there about Daniel's case. There was a couple searches conducted, all conducted by Daniel's father, David, and there was nothing found. Well, no, matter of fact, there was something found. There was a skull found, but it was determined not to be Daniel. So thank God, I guess some other family has or will have their closure. But unfortunately for the Robinson family, they're still searching. They're still hoping for answers. They don't know. And his dad said that he's not leaving Arizona until he finds his son. He said that he's going to try to be realistic, but at the same time, he also wants to be optimistic. So he's hoping that he finds Daniel alive and safe somewhere, but in all reality, it's just not looking good. Since the Gabby Petito case has come out, and Daniel's father has come out about the fact that the police aren't doing enough, it seems like the police are trying to kind of step up their game a little bit, but again, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's pretty much all that there is right now. That's all that they know. That's all that's been found. Again, David is out there looking for his son, and he's not going to stop until he finds him. And if you want to help, if you have any information about the disappearance of Daniel Robinson, you can call the number right behind me, 803-200-7994. And also there's a website called pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. There's also a GoFundMe set up that I'll link in the description box that is set up to help aid in the search efforts for Daniel. And lastly, there is a $10,000 reward set up for anyone who has information that can lead to the finding of Daniel. That is all that I have for this case. That is all that I know. I'll keep you guys posted as things progress, and hopefully we can find Daniel safely. But realistically, it's not looking good. But even so, hopefully they can find Daniel and bring him home to his family. Thank you all so very much for watching. The phone number, website, and the GoFundMe will all be linked down in the description box. And let's pray that we bring Daniel home.